So a lot of people have moved to Austin in the past 5 years, and from 2017 to 2019, Austin was actually ranked the #1 place to move. But are people still coming? Well, the answer is yes. And according to the Urban Land Institute, Austin is the #5 real estate market to watch and the #1 for new home building prospects. So why are people still moving to Austin? Let's dig in. What's the #1 reason that somebody moves anywhere? Well, it's really about opportunity. And that's why people have been moving to Austin, and they're still moving to Austin because of the employment opportunities and the entrepreneurship opportunities. When you're thinking about opportunity in Austin, you're probably thinking about big tech, as Austin is becoming the next Silicon Valley. But it actually goes a lot further than just traditional tech companies bringing opportunities to Austin. You've got all the tech's big names like Dell, IBM, Apple, Google, and Oracle, but the high-tech manufacturing is also a huge part of Austin's economy, like Samsung and Tesla. The startup space is bustling too, with high-growth, well-known companies like Bumble and WordPress, but then also very fast-growing smaller startups in the cybersecurity and the AI space. Between 2021 and 2022, Austin startups raised almost $10 billion. And in fact, LinkedIn has called Austin the major tech hub in the US for AI, similar to how Silicon Valley was the major tech hub during the initial dot-com boom. So if you work in tech, then Austin's great, but what about for everybody else? There's also a ton of opportunity in healthcare, as the healthcare system in Austin is growing and growing, and you've got the Dell Children's Pediatric Hospital, which is the #2 pediatric hospital in the United States. Along with medical, you've got a number of higher education institutions, including the University of Texas, and with the state capital here, you've got over 100,000 government jobs in Austin as well. Those are some of the reasons why people love Austin, so let's talk about how you really hook them. The first thing that draws people to Austin is the affordability. Now, before you send me angry letters saying that Austin is not affordable anymore, I'm talking about relative affordability when you look at the opportunities and the lifestyle that you can have. And when you compare it to other tech-centric type cities like San Francisco, Seattle, or New York, Austin is a lot more affordable relative to the opportunities that exist. While Austin has seen a surge in living costs over recent years, it still offers a more accessible entry point for home ownership and a lower cost of living, especially for those who are coming from the coasts. The absence of a state income tax in Texas further stretches the income of residents, and it really allows for a lifestyle that's probably unattainable in most other major cities. The housing market is pretty competitive, but even though some of the neighborhoods have gotten pretty expensive, there's a lot of great opportunity. So, what kind of things are you seeing for your clients, Kayla?
I'm seeing a lot of great value and new construction as you move out to the suburbs, and they're actually growing a lot faster than Austin itself. Renters too find that their money goes a lot further than the city.
So what are some of the other advantages besides affordability to go out to the suburbs?
Yeah, affordability is a main perk, but other than that, there's a lot of activities to do for you in the suburbs, and it's pretty quick, easy access to the city. Side of the suburbs as well, there are a lot of new construction communities.
Why do people like new construction?
So a lot of people like new construction because it's modern building and a lot of the new features that are out there.
So beyond just the housing pricing, the affordability goes a lot further with day-to-day expenses like groceries, utilities, transportation being a lot more reasonable, and this economic advantage really gives residents the freedom to enjoy the city without the financial strain that you might get in some of these more expensive cities. And that affordability really helps with business owners and entrepreneurs because, if things are costing you less, then you can really expand your business. I've been a business owner for 15 years, and when you have lower overhead and lower salaries, it's a lot easier to grow a business. And I know that with a growing city and growing expenses, there's a lot of growing pains that come with that. But I would rather live in a city that's experiencing the growing pains rather than some of the cities around the US that are actually shrinking and dealing with a different kind of pain. This economic landscape is why Austin continues to be a magnet for those seeking that balance between quality of life and the chance to really take advantage of opportunities that are available. So Austin is known as the live music capital of the world, with more live music every night than anywhere else. In addition to great local music and smaller venues, if you're into something big, Austin is known for the legendary Austin City Limits Music Festival, which is a 2-weekend festival that transforms Zilker Park into a multi-stage event that people travel hundreds of miles to experience. Of course, there's the food, and then more food, and then more food. And if you haven't experienced Austin's food truck scene, check out one of our upcoming videos that's gonna really walk you through the best food trucks in the city of Austin. Beyond just food trucks, there are award-winning restaurants everywhere. There's breweries, wineries, and distilleries. Anything you could want, you can find. So food and entertainment are great, but what I really love about Austin is the outdoor opportunities. So what are your favorite things to do outside, Max?
Yeah, there's a ton to do outside in Austin. It was a big draw for me, definitely moving here. Whether it's in town, green belts like this all throughout town for all sorts of outdoor activities. I also like to get out to the hill country to the west and check out some of the hiking trails. I'm in an archery club out there. There's a ton to do outside.
That's awesome. What about this trail? What's your favorite thing about this trail?
Yeah, I actually run here all the time. Lucky enough to live nearby, and it feeds right into the Ann Butler Trail. Is 10 miles uninterrupted all the way around Town Lake. So.
All right, 10 miles. You do the whole thing every day?
I'm working up to it.
Well, I guess we might as well start now. Let's get a little practice.
I mean, I'll follow you. All right,
let's go.
Oh, wow, nothing like a quick 10 miles to get the day going, huh?
Yeah, that's good, but where are we gonna cool down?
Yeah, well, luckily Barton Springs is right down here, natural spring-fed pool, so it stays ice cold all summer long, even on those scorching hot days, right down the trail here.
Perfect, let's go. So I just talked about jumping in water, and you know why we do that a lot, because when you talk about the weather in Austin, it gets hot. But personally, I would rather have warm weather year-round, even if it gets a little hot in the summer, because you can always just jump in one of the many bodies of water that we've got around here. And in the wintertime, you're still running around in a t-shirt, doing everything you like to do outside. If you like warm weather, you're gonna love Austin. And if you love swimming when it gets hot, then you're gonna do just fine. So that's my take on Austin. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are less expensive or considered more affordable, but if you want to balance the opportunities here, the job opportunities, the award-winning restaurants, the recreation, the culture, the music, you're really not going to beat the Austin lifestyle. Those things do come at a price, and inflation has hit Austin just like everywhere else. You can't get the same housing you could 5 years ago, but that's pretty much true everywhere. So on the whole, when you balance all of these factors, the quality of life in Austin is still extraordinary. So there you have it. Those are the reasons why people are still moving to Austin and why Austin is a great place to live. I'm Matt Van Winkle. I run the Leverage team here in Austin, and we want to be your resource for all things Austin and all things real estate. So if we can help you with either of those two, just shoot us an email at info@austin.realestate, and we'll see you in the next video.